How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Explorer content. Today, checking out a very familiar... Oh, I shouldn't have kept that, but... Very familiar deck. Dreadhorde Arcanist. A lot of the good pieces of the deck are legal in Explorer. Some of the pieces are not legal, but... that does not change the fact that it's a decent deck. Well, it was a decent deck, and it might be okay. It might be. The hand I kept was pretty sketchy. I was focused on making sure that my microphone was on, so I kind of glossed over the fact that there was no red mana. But, Boogie Daddy also seems to be a little sketch at the moment. Did he keep a bad hand, too? Or was it just... There we go. So Malachir Rebirth was a last minute edition. Gotta have the right cards. Oh, well, Dreadhorde Arcanist is pretty good. Black and green, no. Actually, I shouldn't have done this. I should have thought this through. This was a bad plan. So that's like any number of kill spells. Fatal Push, Bloodchief Thirst, Heartless Act. Yeah. Actually gonna end because I think they have another kill spell. And then I can use Malachir Rebirth to protect. I should have done it after the targeting, because now they can kill the token. They didn't, but okay. Goodbye. 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 And then hopefully we've stabilized. They can still draw a Haymaker and just come out of this, but if they don't, we have a board they don't. That could be enough. Vivid 3-turn clock. So they can make it 2-2. Play with fire is good against 2-2s. There we go. Bloodchief Thirst is a little more sketchy because it's sorcery speed, but having the flexibility to kill anything over Fatal Push is why I generally run more copies of it than I do Fatal Push. When I do run Fatal Push, for those of you who know, this is a deck I've played a bunch. I've played it in Historic for a long time. I think I might have deleted my Historic version, though, at some point to make room for Brawl decks. But, yeah, it's a deck that I've played at least 4 iterations of. So this is a good hand. We can tap our Blood Crypt. Into Pyromancer, into Claim if necessary, into Village Rites, that kind of thing. is better. Village rights. Claim. I should have claimed first. Then I would have gotten another 1/1, but it doesn't matter too much. It will if we end up 1 point of damage behind on board, but Den of the Bugbear is 4. They can't activate it yet. We have removal for days too. I'd like to get the Dreadhorde Arcanist out. This is rude. So they're down to 3 cards in hand. I'm going to shock this in just in case. We're going to play Croxa, you know, as we normally would. When it enters the battlefield, we'll village right to sacrifice it. To draw our 2 cards. And then we can get out of full control. And then we swing in for 1 and our turn is done. We have a village rights up to get value out of the token if they try to remove it. Bloodchief Thirst for next turn to get rid of Crackling Drake. Yeah, Bloodchief Thirst is the right call. I could double play with fire, but I think it's going to be better the burn spell. Yeah. Get the counter spell. They have 1 blue mana up. Ah, there's a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Although, is it just... well... our opponent concedes. So we are 2-0 at the moment. 8 minutes in. That's pretty good. Dreadhorde Arcanist is always one of those fun decks, though. Because it's such low curve-wise that you can play a lot of spells in a bunch of turns. This is easy to grind out some games with. It's part of the reason why I got into it initially when it started showing up in Historic. Because it was a quicker deck that had a lot of fun interactions to it that was a little more complicated than Mono Red, but at the same time kind of attacky value plays. Joner Boner, huh? What an interesting name. It's a weird graphical bug with Malakir Rebirth in our opening hand. If you notice there for a second, it was showing us the back half of it, but it was on the left hand side, and it was just a black card. I don't know how we achieved that. So, Swamp, Thoughtseize. What comes out first? Hero. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Probably. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist. So this gives us an untapped source for 3, so that we can Pyromancer, Bloodchief Thirst. Yeah, so we want to play Ridge, we want to play Pyromancer. We want to play Bloodchief Thirst. We'll make a token. We'll swing in with Thoughtseize. Make another token. And then we'll take the 3-drop. So that hopefully they're stranded next turn. And even if they aren't stranded, um, we have Dreadhorde Arcanist to flashback Bloodchief Thirst. Do I play it as a land? I think I keep it up. So this double Young Pyromancer out, its value to value just to go a little wide. So we attack with everything. Bloodchief Thirst. Pay it. Pay its kicker. And that's some damage. Our opponent has... I don't want to say no chance of getting out of this, but not very good chances. Okay. I don't know, I noticed about halfway through our last recording that we're technically in the play queue, which means we are that horrible spike that's bringing out net decks into what's supposed to be a fun format. Because plays, you know, it's where you test things, but it's not generally where you want to see net decks. So with that in mind, I actually think... How did I do this again? There we go. I'll play one game in ranked, just to add to it. So that way next time I go into one of these videos, it's already pre-set up to do ranked. Because I keep seeing it and I keep forgetting. And even now I'm looking at the 3 matches and they're like, these decks aren't that powerful. I wonder what's wrong, and it just escaped me a bit. Because I know there should be like a really decisive meta for Explorer. I don't want to really say decisive, but there should be at least a consistency thing going on. So up against a wolf deck. Fight spells probably not what we want to be seeing. Young Pyromancer. So they're gonna have Moonflash eventually. I forgot the other werewolves get Arden. Rude. Card advantage us a bit, but that's because they're not really doing much. I'm hoping that, yeah, so they spin the removal spell there. Discard should help us catch up a bit, and then what they're willing to discard. I hope they go for Ardeline, make some 2/2s. I think that's optimal. Because if they do that, we can steal one of the 2/2s and get a guaranteed kill. Yeah, come on, Ardeline 2/2s. But she'll go down to 1 loyalty. Yeah, I think I have to force it to where they have to sack Ardeline if they want. Some blockers. I need one more card in my yard to cast Croxa. That's one of the design flaws that I've seen so far in my current build, is that I tend to get up to 5 cards in graveyard, but one of them always happens to be Croxa.
Attack when they're most vulnerable.
Until your next turn you may... Why? Didn't make any sense. Okay. Decline. So I can get in this 1 point of damage without any fear. Neat. I don't know how long Matt has been playing Magic, but I feel like the persons that we were playing in the play queue might have been playing Magic for longer than Matt. Because buffing your creature during your turn, not making a lot of sense. That doesn't make any sense either. I do need to draw something if I want to get out of this. I mean, I could hold back a Dreadhorde Arcanist and block, and then that would give me Croxa mana, but I don't feel extremely threatened, honestly. I should be, because this is a lot of damage. Okay. And do we just hold back here? I think we do. Because now we have blockers. Luckily we can cast 2 spells in a turn, so we are really good at changing day to night and night to day.
Whose company?
Neat. Very mana efficient. I like it. Don't like that, honestly. That was actually a misplay. If I kept the other Dreadhorde... Actually, I don't have anything. Never mind. This brings them down to 5. I need that as a blocker. Right. I didn't need a blocker. Forgot about that. They have 4 attackers. If they swing out with everything, we take 2 damage and lose most of our creatures. But then they die in the backswing because Croxa is Croxa. You know, I was disparaging about Matt's capability, but I am impressed. I think they've done well for themselves. I think they're also doing the combat math and realizing that swinging out will get them killed, even if it does draw them a card. Although, to be fair, if they draw a card off of this and hit a creature, they can play the creature as a blocker and then they're safe. In theory, anyways. It's a game of top decking where they get 2 draws and we get 1. That's probably in their favor, honestly. Oh, wait, are we just dead? So with the, yeah, no, I'm just dead. So I take 3 here and 2 there. We've been bested by Matt. Matt and his werewolf deck. That's a little sad. But either way, we did have some fun games today. And we didn't play against that easy of decks. So, I'm happy with the results. So, thank you guys for watching. Did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.